All right, so this is the free response question review from chapter 5 that we're going to do. It's one that talked about tip amounts, and it gave us, just you guys have it in front of you, I'm sure, but it gave us this one right here, right? And so we have a histogram, and part A says, write a few sentences to describe the distribution of tip amounts for the day shown. So the key phrases in question A is describe distribution. Describe the distribution, okay? So what should pop right into your head when we see describe the distribution? Shape, center, and spread. Shape, center, and spread. So I have shape, center, and spread. I also have another one here called unusual features. That was something that we said in the book too. And that's gonna let us know that there's that gap in the data. That's gonna be like an unusual feature. And we'll make a comment about the possible outlier there too. So shape, center, spread, but if there's something funky going on there, we do this thing called unusual features, okay? So the shape, pretty easy there. It's skew to the right? Nothing crazy. It's skew to the right. The center, whenever the data is skewed, we use the median for center. If the data was symmetrical, we would use the mean for center. So the median is has a tip amount between $2.50 and $5. And again, if you're looking at this, there's a total of 60 tips. So 60 plus 1 divided by 2 is 30.5, 30 and a half. So between 30 and 31. And the first 25 are in the first column there, which means the next one is going to get me to 30 and 31. So between 250 and 5. We don't know for sure what it is. We just know it's in that interval. So other thing I put here in center is I put tip amount. I put context. That's another thing that you had to have in your answer here is context. And so I put that right there for sure. Obviously I talked in dollar amounts. That's context as well. But I needed to say something about a tip amount, which is what I did. The spread. So for spread, I said that the range goes from 0 to 250 to 20 to 2250. That's our total range. And then I make the comment about the gap and the possible outlier in unusual features. So the gap, there's a gap between $15 and $20, and there's a possible outlier in 20 to 22.5. I'm not saying that there is an outlier because I don't know if there is an outlier. We can only do that by creating the fences, which is in chapter 5, and go ahead and review how to find the fences. It's a possible outlier. So that's what we did there. Second question says, if an $8 tip had gone to an $18 tip, how would that have affected the mean and the median? And we justify our answer. So first thing is the mean. If that $10, so the total tips would have increased by $10, right? Because the mean is you add it all together and you divide by 60. Well, we would still divide by 60, except that total amount just increased by 10. So I would say, again, the total tips would be increased by $10. So the mean would increase by, and then I just put 10 over 60, okay? Now, that's not what the mean is. That's how much the mean would increase. And that's roughly 1 over 6 is about 17 cents, okay? So there's that, answered that one, and I justified it. And then the median. So what did I say for that? I said the median is in between $2.50 and $5, which I already said right up here. So a tip going from $8 to $18 won't change the median. The median will not change, okay? The median is in the center. The number that's changing is already above the median, okay? So since it's already above the median, the fact that I make this $8 $18 doesn't change the median, okay? Now, this might have changed if the tip amount went from, say, $2 to $20. That might have changed things because then the median, that would have been below the median, and it might have taken that number and put it above the median, then that would have changed things, okay? Not by much, wouldn't have changed things much, but it might have changed things. But the $8 was already above the median, so that never changes, okay? So there is that one. Please remind me if you have any questions. We will do another conference and we can always go over it again. I figured out how to share my screen with you on a conference, so we can totally write stuff down. You can see it like that. Okay? Love you guys. Take care.